You get a head start for your career if you're taken in a top business school PhD program. What are the most important elements of an application package? I see 5 elements. First, you need to show that you're an excellent student. Your scholarly record, top grades in a program that can be evaluated is very important.
Transcripts are considered very carefully because they are the main ingredient to assess your background and your potential success in the doctoral study.
The ability of the person to absorb basically the best training we can give them and to become then very productive scholars afterwards, right? So the question here is really, is this person going to be able to push the boundaries of management science?
Second, your motivation, that you really want to be a researcher and teacher in a business school or similar environment, and that you know what it takes to excel in this. That's very important.
Is this feeling of passion for research and teaching. Is this person ready to really embark on an intellectual journey?
If you're thinking of applying for a PhD program, you should plan ahead of time. This would allow you to build a solid curriculum. So in my opinion, it is very important to show that you've been trained consistently during your bachelor or master degree. I think this is the best you can do to prove your motivation and commitment.
Third, your letters of recommendation. Be sure that you can rely on letter writers, that they write a good opinion about you and that they know you well. And it will be business school professors that evaluate your package. So you want to be sure, if at all possible, that it's professors writing an opinion about you.
You need to choose carefully who you will ask for your reference letter. It would be good if they had seen you in a research context or at least carrying your own projects.
Letters of recommendation are very important. They should come from academics, usually actively involved in research and in teaching. These are people who have typically taught you a course or you have interacted with, for example, your thesis advisor.
Fourth, any proofs that you can show that you've already done well in academic research. For example, a master thesis that's a genuine piece of original research because you've worked with data, or any work you've done with professors as a research assistant. That's very important. Join it to your application package.
You should send your work only if it has a clear research content. If you're making a contribution that might help to signal your potential creativity.
And finally, your Gmat and Gre Score. Of course, that's important, but always look at this in this way. The Gmat and Gre Score is in most selective programs, like the program that we have here at HEC Paris, just a first step. It's a necessary but not a sufficient condition for your admission.
So it is very important to have a very high Gre Score, especially the quantitative part. You should take this as a necessary rather than a sufficient condition.
You want to have a very good Gmat as Gre score to be among the range of candidates that we take a closer look at. But to finally get admission, it's the 4 other elements that are much more important.